supports class, where we can bind everything into a single unit class. So complete class construction is available from Java. So because of this reason, Java supports the first feature, class. When the class is there, automatically object feature is available. And today you know 7 different types of objects available. And object feature is supported by Java. Abstraction means hiding the non-essential things from the end user. This kind of work, if you want to do, we go with interfaces and abstract classes. Example for this is nothing but servlet programming. Why we use abstraction means end user no need to see all the work. So end users no need to see all the work what is done. In the process of integrating few things in the background. Such cases we have to hide it. So all the things if we show to the user, execution process will be increased. So something we have to hide it. Whenever you want to hide something, that concept we call it as abstraction. Java language supports abstraction with interfaces and abstract classes. Whenever the class component is there, encapsulation is possible. Encapsulation, English meaning is binding all programming components into one single unit. We call it as encapsulation. So Java supports encapsulation. And polymorphism means same component having different behavior. We call it as polymorphism. So here, same component, having more than one form is known as polymorphism. Here you must know what is dynamic and what is static. Dynamic and static polymorphism. And you must know the difference between the keywords. Static, how many components are there? So private, how many components are there? And final, how many components are there? You must know. And majorly, you must know the behavior of private constructor. They'll ask a question on private constructor here. Private constructor is there means we have to create object inside the class. It is the nature of private constructor we had. After that, you must know what are immutable classes. You must know. Immutable classes you must know. And recently, immutable classes constructed automatically by using what now? Record. This is Java 17. I'm highlighting this feature. Like lambda expression in 8. You know lambda expressions. There is a popular model from 8 is lambda. So 8 features means you must know. I know lambda expression you must see. Like this Java 17 major feature is record. Record is a major feature we had. After that, you know the difference between mutable objects and immutable objects. And you must know mutable objects and immutable objects. These 2 types. So this is the object oriented features we had. Through poly means many forms. Object has 2 forms, mutable form and immutable form. Like this, we close the features anyway. When you come here now, concepts, object oriented programming, you covered all your objects. From collection framework, you took arrays, collections, map, enum. At last, in conclusion, data structure definitions will record it. Already the chapter is data structure chapter only, indirect. Now, here what is pending means multi-thread file network. So now let us enter into multi-thread concept for discussion. So what is this concept of multi-thread? We are going to have a discussion on multi-thread. Now go for citing multi-threading in Java discussion. Multi-threading in Java. Before going to multi-threading, one small definition you make it. Based on, not definition, statement, based on security, the objects in Java are categorized into two types. Mutable objects and immutable objects. Mutable objects and immutable objects. The objects once created can be modified. The objects once created can be modified, are known as mutable objects. The objects once created can be modified, are known as mutable objects. Immutable objects means the objects once created cannot be modified, are known as immutable objects. So Java language has mutable objects and immutable objects. Now we go with one concept, star mark IMP, multi-threading in Java. Multi-threading in Java. The concept discussion on multi-threading. We start with the definition known as application. Make it define application. The set of programs collected together. The set of programs collected together to perform defined action is known as application. Set of programs collected together to perform defined action is known as application. Underline the term set of programs collected together. Underline this. Set of programs collected together. Whenever we are analyzing multi-threading, when we are answering questions on multi-threading, the view of our mind should be on one application. This topic is out of box from core Java syllabus. Actually, it's out of box. Out of box, why? Up to now, you must have a knowledge. Multi-thread is an add-on. Multi-thread only analysis will be there. Application not there. Of course, we write a programs, demo programs. But application is advanced. Web browsers. The analysis will be high-end analysis will be there. Because of this reason, in all interviews, they will not ask multi-thread. One or two questions you can see in the system test. They will not ask any system test programs on multi-thread. They'll ask system test programs on strings and array. Then the third one is collection, they'll ask system test. Generally, multi-thread programs you cannot see. They'll ask general questions, they'll ask what is thread, what is multi-threading. This kind of questions they'll ask it. In your question paper somewhere, they'll give some other process of code, snapshots of code they'll give it. But complete threading program will not work from console. Why means see that. Suppose you take one application here, one application, one application. One application is user registration, if not user application. I'm using this name as user application. In this user application, user registration will be there. We call it as register. Once registration completed, whenever you want, you can log in. User login. After logging in, if you want to do some other operations, you can do. For demonstration, view profile. If you want to see your profile, you can see your profile. And you want to change your profile, edit profile. If you want, you can edit. Changing your phone number, address, and so on. Edit profile option is there. And if you completed your work, you can log out. You can log out. Now, 5 programs collected it together to do one user registration and login. They are collected together to do one defined task. So you can call it as application, you can say. The term used, we call it as application, we are going to use it. So whenever you want to answer questions, this kind of visibility must be there in the mind. So it is not a single program. Set of programs collected together, we call it as application. That only concept here. Now look. Now there is one concept known as process. Define process. One term is there. English meaning of process is execute. Dictionary meaning of process is execute. Look here. Whenever we want to answer this, or whenever we want to define this process, suppose our users are there, our users, our application users. Our application users will be on web browsers. Our users will come from web browser. This is one web browser. Like this, many users can interact with your application. Many users can interact. Now user 1 is coming from one web browser. User 2 is coming from one more web browser. Now user 1 want to do registration. User to already old user, he want to do login. Now user one cannot call a program register, he cannot call a program register. User two cannot call a program register, they cannot call programs. They cannot call programs. They will call the applications. What they will call now? Applications. Means what? This user will call the application. www dot, roughly I'm writing, http colon www dot userapp.com. Now user is calling the application, not the program. User is calling the application, not the program. http colon www dot userapp.com. Now user to also calling the application, not program. So user one want to do registration, user two want to perform login, but they are not calling the programs, they are calling the application. So like this, suppose I had one program with me. I'll show you, you'll get a clarity. Right. So this is advanced Java. Anyway, these are all server applications. 2 p.m. batch. Now among this, I'll take one application. These are all applications. That applications internally will have if we take this user login, internally programs are there. Application means a set of programs. Because of that, I trained subclasses. There's a reason. Sir, why you are writing in subclass? Sir, if I write in the main class, what happened? Student will ask. Student don't know that question is meaningless question. Sitting in object oriented, you must not ask that question. If you want to write in main, C language is there already. Structured coding. This is the purpose actually. Today I must speak like this only, no other choice, because you are one step away. Application definition came means next step is server programmer. Sir, this only I am not understanding, there you cannot withstand. So next level is server, no other choice. I am not running the program. I am running the application. See there. Right click. Run as run on server. You are loading onto server. I am selecting server. Server is running. It is asking me which web browser I want to put it. Chrome. Control is coming to Chrome. Local host servlet. Here already my username I saved it. Login. linking to database. After login successful, it's asking me. Means set out, I called programmer, see two programs are there, login separate, logout separate, view books. I want to see the books. So the books available. I want to log out. Means what? I called application. Then what is process? According to Java, application under execution is a process. We call the application. We never call program. By yesterday it is ended. When the multi-thread is coming means over. Course over actually. Next step is file. Discussion about files. Files not available, all databases. Because course is ended. Network. If I don't write terminal also, web service trainer is there. Web service network trainer only. He trains from SOC 8 to RMI, RPC, CORBA, web service, microservice. If I don't write terminology also, he will write. Because we know some trainers will not write networking. They'll drop it. Because you have to go to web service now. You cannot work in core Java now. So definitely you will see the terminology there. HTTP protocol headers, RPC protocol headers, difference between 32-bit and 64 header, body part, header part, encapsulate into HTTP protocol. All the web service trainer has to decode it. Because networking we do only one session here. Files we do only one session here. The reason database is there. Now this program came means what? Example is servlet. Discussion is in core. What is application? What is process? What is task? What is thread? How to create thread? That's called terminology available here. So what is process? To educate this process, just now I shown to you. I called the application. I called the application. This is application. I called application a local host, port number of Tomcat, that is application name. Servlet app. This total name actually in the real-time market. In the real-time market. Who already completed BTech CSE, MCA, or any other computer background people, you done your projects in the academics. There, this is the name. This name converted into domain by using DNS. By using DNS server combined into domain name. And where this domain name is used by users. User or your application client. Daily you are typing out www.gmail.com. Gmail.com is a domain name. The domain name is mapped with a DNS server. From there, identify the IP address of server and searches the server in the world, connects and loads the application into server. Then response will come. Sir, how can I understand this? That only no project. That only project. If you don't know this within 3-4 years in the market, survival not possible. Frankly, I'm speaking, nothing hiding there. Because our market is not to hide it. Survival only. I said this point any number of times also to you. So this is deployment. Whenever I want to open Gmail, I'll open. Suppose if you take Facebook, www.facebook.com. This is facebook.com. Links are coming or not now? Now it is converted into, this address converted into, means what? This domain name, what I used by the user. This is the domain name. This is the domain name used by the user. User used this domain. Sir, how exactly one server is giving a page to me? How exactly one server is giving a page to me in the world? Means it is identified by the IP address. That only mapping. In your graduation study, you had this concept actually. DNS mapping. So in advanced Java, we train this. Spring and web service trainers will train framework. If we cross that third layer, then project deployment. Then project deployment. In the project deployment, they'll show how to convert your URLs into domains, how to map the domains by using DNS. So finally, why I'm speaking that point means user is calling the application, not the program. Your program, what you typed till date, you are running, no. But you never run program from advance. You will run application. You will never run program. Because one program not available there, n number of programs available, set of programs collected together to perform defined action. That only concept. So finally, sir, what is process means? According to Java, make a statement. According to Java, the application under execution is known as process. The application under execution is a process. According to Java, the application under execution is known as process. Define task. Define task. The part of process. The part of process is known as task. The part of process is known as task. Underline the term part of process. Look here. I'll speak one point frankly to you. Suppose one company goes to an engineering college for recruitment. Already you know, non-skilled professional is available there. Wasting is 4 years degree there. The same company can come to Naresh IT. At least some skill is there. 20%, 30%. We cannot say 100. Because friends are wasting time here also. If we take example of this page, what is the name of this bar? What is the name of this bar? Taskbar only. But without knowing why you are calling taskbar, also some CS student is sitting here. Why you are not calling program bar? Why you are not calling application bar? Why you are not calling any job bar? Why you are calling it as taskbar? To maintain this bar, one manager is there, task manager. Definitely few students are there. Without knowing that this bar also, I don't know, sir. I'm using a latest laptop today, but I don't know what is the task bar. All programs are there, they can call it as program bar, no, sir. If not, our applications are there, they can call application bar, no, sir. Why they are calling it as task bar, still I don't know, sir. Understood this point? Task means what now? Part of, they ask very carefully. Really, that is one a product-based company. They want to utilize somewhere in the product designs, they'll ask multi-thread. They'll ask define task. Underline this and say, part of process, you must say. What you must say now? Part of process, right? Now, here process is application. For Java developer, process is application. Process is application. This is the total process is, sorry, total application is one process. Sir, this is one process. This is one process. The total application is one process. Now process has how many parts now? Register one part. Yes or no? Login one part. View profile one part. Edit profile one part. Log out one part. Means part of process we are calling task means here 5 tasks are available. Each one is one task. Part of process is task means each one is one task. One task. Each one is one task. All of you understood the statement now, right? 5 parts are there. Each one is one task. Make it note. NOT note. According to Java application, each program, if not according to Java, each program in application is a task. Each program in application is a task. Each program in application is a task. This analysis must be in the mind for you. Each program in application is a task. In bracket, simply you can say each server program or each servlet program is a task in advanced Java. Just now I shown the program now. In that program, each servlet program is a task. One servlet, one task. Nothing but servlet is a server. Program running in server is a servlet. Program running in server is a server program. So each server program or each servlet program is a task. Make it. Each servlet program in application is a task. Here application means process, program means task. Everybody clear with this statement? Right. Now comes your multitasking. Make it. Define multitasking. Multitasking. Executing multiple tasks simultaneously. Executing multiple tasks simultaneously is known as multitasking. executing multiple tasks simultaneously. Student will ask, sir, what is simultaneously? Some people are doing in the class now. Sir, seeing WhatsApp and writing the notes, sir. Seeing the WhatsApp message and writing the notes, sir. And listening to you, sir. Multitask, no. Yes, sir, no, no. Sir, I am speaking to my friend and writing the notes. Multitasking. No. So, performing more than one simultaneously. Totally multitasking. Simultaneously means what? Some part here, some part here. At a time you cannot do. You'll look here, you'll see here. At a time you cannot do. Simultaneously means not parallel. At a time. At a time meaning is not parallel actually. Parallel is there, other will write parallel. It is not parallel. Make a statement in bracket. Simultaneously means at a time, but not parallel. But not parallel. At a time, time will be same, but execution is not parallel. Roughly, for understanding purpose, I am attending Oracle and Core Java, sir. The student will say, attending parallel, they'll say. Actually, wrong word that is. Any user, you can use anything. They use terminology, do not have any meaning. Right? Why it is not parallel, sir, means you are not putting one leg in Core Java, one leg in Oracle. You are attending some part there and coming here, some part here. Again, you are going there, some part and again some part. That's called multitask. And simultaneously. At a time, within 3 months, 2 courses will be completed. But I not attended parallelly. I attended simultaneously. Simultaneously means some part there, some part here. Again tomorrow, some part there, some part here. Again third day, some part there, some part here. That parts what you are executing here and there, we call it as simultaneously. All have understood this point now. Simultaneously means not parallel. It is at a time, means time will be same. Both outputs will come in the same time, but executed simultaneously, not parallel. All of you understood this statement, right? So executing multiple tasks simultaneously is known as multitasking. Now comes define thread-based multitasking. Thread-based multitasking. Thread-based multitasking. Thread-based multitasking. Now look here. Now, user 1 is saying that I am a new user to this application. I want to do the registration here. I am a old user. I want to do login. Now register and login. Both I must execute simultaneously. Understood this point now? Both means what? Sir, both are tasks, sir. I must execute the 2 tasks simultaneously. No. Simultaneously means what? Some part register, some part login. Roughly for understanding purpose, I'll say. 3 students are standing outside. There. Out of the door. My loader will go and ask, why you are standing here? Sir, we are waiting for Venkatesh, sir. Execution. Then my loader will ask, can I know the purpose? Sir, we want to show notes to the Venkatesh, sir. 10 pages is there. And we are asking Venkatesh, sir, to correct the 10 pages. 10, 30 pages are waiting to me. My loader will come and give the information, sir. There are 3 students waiting for your allocation or execution. Can I send it? I'll say yes. He will ask, what algorithm I must use it? I'll say, uni programming algorithm you say. I'll say what now? Uni programming. Uni means only one should come. 2 has to stand outside. Uni means single, no. Right. My loader will go. Student 1, you come. Remaining 2 should wait it. Now student 1 came inside. I am correcting the papers. Each page I am taking 1 minute. I'll correct the 10 papers. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, second student will come. What is the waiting time of second student now? 10 minutes. What is the waiting time of third student now? 20 minutes. 10, 10 added or not now? If there is one 10th student is there, you must wait more than 1 hour, he has to wait it. Sir, it is the worst part of execution, sir. You do any other process. Then I'll say multi-programming. What am I using now? Multi-programming, I'll say. My loader will say, yes, sir started executing a algorithm known as multi-programming. You 3 students open the first pages, go and stand in the line. Now the 3 students are standing in front of me by opening the page number 1. I'll correct page number 1 of student 1. Page number 1 from student 2. Page number 1 from student 3. What is the waiting time of student 3 now? 2 minutes. Instead of 20 minutes, he will wait for 2 minutes. Execution response is very high or not now? Now what happened now? After completing the third student, again I'll go for the student number 1, page number 2. I am not executing 10 pages. I am executing only 1 page or not now? Understood this statement? Same here. If I ask the user 1 to register it, if it is a uni programming model, now user 2 has to wait until the user 1 do the registration. If it happens like this, what about 100th user? He will be waiting for 3-4 days. In the online mode, it is not preferable or not now? It is not happening also. That 30 years back, the algorithm is there, uni. After that, your operating system modified and came Windows 95, Windows NT. Today, you are enjoying your Windows, very high-end Windows you are enjoying today. So, n number of algorithms came. So, what happened now? Sir, I will do some part from here. Like page number 1, I'll do some part. All have understood this statement? Right. And I will do some part from here. All of you understood this statement now, right? Now that part will get a response. At least the user will be running in the online. After that, I'll do some part from here. Again, I will do some part from here. Now both are getting the responses. Both feel that we are running in the online. Parallelly, they feel it. They are not parallel, they are simultaneous. So here the question is, process part is a task, but here you are executing only task, no sir. Sorry, you are executing only one part, no sir. I am not executing task, I am executing part of task or not. Observe this. Yes or no? I executed only part of task I executed, not task. The part of task only, we call it as thread. That only concept. It is the introduction. Because of this reason, whatever you speak thread also will be wrong only. Because they'll ask a question. Moreover, to explain that thread, I took how many times? See, 20 minutes I took it to launch that thread. If I want to say thread, first the student should know application. If I say application, student should have one view. That view not there means how much time, because we never answer it. If anybody asked a question on multi-thread, we never answer. Why means this much of thing we cannot spend first to educate you. So we never answer, we skip and go. We don't know what kind of view you had it. Because we never, they'll think that Venkatesh are not answering. But actually that is a process. If the view is there, I'll speak it. If that view is there, one task is there, part of task it is executing, one view is there, you can speak it. That view there or not, we don't know. Because we skip that answer. How much you speak it also, you cannot answer. The reason, students will be very weaker in architectures. First you don't know. Your computer system architecture you don't know. Many people don't know. Frankly, I'm speaking. If not, you can cross check yourself. Here properties will be there. Here processor speed, my processor speed. Intel Core 2 Duo. T7300 at the rate of 2 gigahertz. 2 gigahertz. Can anybody can calculate the speed from computer science department? I know it is no. First, you don't know the difference between core to dual core. You don't know the difference between i3, i5, i7. Many people don't know. But one shopkeeper will say, because he has an experience there. What we not concentrate here? This is speed. The speed. Many people don't know. If this is don't know, you don't know the life cycle. If this is don't know, you don't know the time slice. You don't know the time slice. You cannot say. Because of this reason, we never answer questions on thread. That's the reason. The reason behind that is nothing but computer organization paper. Student will not listen in the graduation. Computer organization by Morris Meno, one other is there. He never goes to the class. Or the teacher never correctly say that paper to you. Next, ACA, Advanced Computer Architecture, elective paper is there. He never select that ACA as an elective. Because of this reason, many engineers don't know why speed is depending upon RAM. Why I'm seeing the RAM and buying the mobile phone, I don't know, sir. My brother is saying go for 8 GB RAM, I'm going. My brother is saying 4 GB RAM, I'm going. I don't know, sir, how the speed depends upon RAM. But even I am from CSP Tech only, sir. Even I cannot say why I'm buying my mobile phone based on RAM. I don't know, sir. I don't know. Why I buy my laptop with the latest RAM, I don't know, sir. Understood this statement what I'm speaking? So these many things will be there in OS. Beyond that, if we carry one thread and come in application, how you'll understand? That is one application running on the OS or not now. Because of this reason, they'll test you. Only 3-4 questions. Ultimately, among the 3-4 questions, one will be right, remaining 3 will be wrong. He knows that. Because he'll judge it, whether you are stronger in the graduation subject or not, he'll judge it. So today, the statement, my subject, I'm speaking about Java application. I'm writing the notes also. According to Java, I'm writing. Means Java premises I'm writing. I'm not writing OS premises. Because Venkatesh sir is a Java trainer, not OS trainer. Because I am writing very carefully in my notes. According to Java, my interpretation. According to Java, it is. According to OS, I don't know. Windows, Mac OS, iOS, I don't know. According to Java premises, what I am feeling, I am writing. Because I don't have time to educate OS now. We never provide session to educate OS now. So I'm educating my application, I'm educating. According to my application, what is thread now? Sir, in the decoding process will have task. Part of task is known as what now? Thread. So you are executing thread only. What is the response here? Response is thread output will come or not now. Example, I corrected page number 1. What is the output came to student 1? Page number 1 only. Page number 1 is the output or not now? If I correct page number 2, then 1 and 2 is the output. Here, I executed one part only, no? What is the name of that part now? Thread. Then you are executing thread only, no? Understood this statement? Yes or no? Na? This point only must understand. Three students are standing in front of me with the 10 papers. Understand the concept. Now I corrected page number 1. The student is seeing page number 1 corrected. Means what? Output came. He opens page number 2. Page number 2 output did not came. Now you can ask the student, how much executed means page 1 executed. Page 1 answer came or not now? The page 1 is one part. The same way, user 1 is executing the first task, registration. Internally, one part is executed. The part what is executed, answer will come to him. You can ask the user, you are executing task, you are executing thread. He'll say what? I am executing thread. I requested task only. I requested Venkatesh sir to execute my 10 papers, but sir is executing a single paper. I requested register, but is executing part of register. No, sir, executing a thread. Because of this reason, others will write user executes thread. User executes what now? Thread. That's the concept. User means thread. Web browser means thread. Web service means thread. That's only concept. Web service, internet service is a thread. Why internet service is a thread? Internet request come from web browser. Web browser is used by whom now? User. Who is user now? Thread. Why means output is thread only. Understood the concept? Right. Now see. Go to operating system. I ask my student, come here. Take these 20 papers and type it. Sir, can I listen the songs? He'll ask. Open VLC player and type it. He opens VLC player. He opens notepad. He answers the song. Getting or not now? He opens the notepad. He'll be typing and listening. Internally, some part VLC, some part note. Understand dependent or not now? But according to OS, this is program. This is program. These two programs are not a set. Yes or no? Na? This is a set. The two are not set. They are different or not now? They call it as program. Two programs not as a application. Two are different no? They call it as program. This program under execution process. This program under execution process. Now in this process, part is what now? Task. Yes or no? Na? Some part from VLC. Some part from that notepad. That part you are calling it as task. Why means process? No. The task what is completed is shown here. Because it is a task bar. That's the concept actually. Whatever the part completed, I'll show here. Now, which part completed, somebody should organize, no? He only task manager. He will note it. This part completed, this part completed, next part you go, next part you'll go, you'll be recording. That's called task manager. Understood this statement now? That is OS part. When you come to our application part now, this is task. Part of task is thread. User means thread because thread output is coming to user. User means thread. Web browser means thread. Service means thread. Request means thread. Whatever the word you use in your internet world, that is a thread. Understood this statement now, right? Now I am executing one thread here, one thread here. Example. Now I must run for him also, no? This part I am running here or not now? This one. I am running this. Because it is known as thread-based multitasking. Means in multitasking process, you are executing the threads. That only thread-based multitasking. Write the statement. All of you understood the concept and yes or no? Na? If you know, say no also, I cannot try more than that. Again, I must come with roots again. Roots means OS onwards I must come. Not possible. Time consuming. That all you must learn from graduations. Actually. Thread-based multitasking. executing multiple tasks from the same process. Very interesting subject is network. Interesting in the sense based on the user interest. User interest not there means all horrible only. Now today's class also will be horrible if you are not interested. Based on the user interest. Networking is the best subject. That is nothing but web services. Web service is the networking. So there, lot more things will be there. How much you want to learn it, that much of things will be there. How much you learn it, that much of new things you can create. Because that n number of protocols available in the network. Because we ask the students to settle down in web service. Web service is settle down, evergreen. Internet world, they will not shut down. They will not off internet. No. Recently, they dragged that 3-4 years kids into internet. No. Pandemic. My daughter don't know what is Zoom also. Student will learn it. She is now 4th class. She will operate total my mobile phones. They'll download it. They'll do something they'll do. Unless I buy one tab to her. Now she'll put a chart also for me. That is, I am feared actually. I don't know. She has a mail ID. My daughter has a mail ID. My daughter has a mail ID. She has her own mail ID is there for her. And everything she'll operate. Everything. A to Z. I buyed one TV. I also don't know. She knows that many options. She will operate within. She'll keep the mobile, but that remote will be there. No. She'll keep hand down and she'll operate like this by eating. Operate. I'll be shocked generally. That much of fast kids are there today. That because of pandemic, she knowingly, unknowingly, that school people given that Zoom apps and so on. And my missus will be busy generally. So I arranged one tab and I trained. That all I done a mistake. Now she is training me at last. I asked her how to on it and how to close it. She will record the session also. So what happened? I only trained her. Open like this and type this and log in. If mom is not there, I am not there, you log in it. I arranged somebody to monitor her. So she used to earn classes and she used to attend it. She used to write the notes. I speak to school people, monitor my kid. I said they'll be monitoring. At last, IR somebody will check the notes. All right. At last, what happened? Now holidays came. Holidays is with the tab only. That is a tension for me. So what happened here now? 3 years kids also dragged into internet world. Where internet will be stopped today. So definitely web services will have more scope. Because of this reason, we are asking the engineers to bit early and into that sector. Networking sector. These kind of a number of informations available there. Make it. Executing multiple tasks from the same process is known as thread-based multitasking. Executing multiple tasks from the same process is known as thread-based multitasking. See the diagram once. The two tasks will be running from the same process. Understood the statement now, right? Both users are using same application. Same users are using same application. Application means process. Now two tasks are running from the same process. Then by terminology, you can say thread-based multitasking. Make it. Define thread. Define thread. The part of task. Underline that. Part of part of task is known as thread. Part of task is known as a thread. Underline part of task. Everybody will say child process, sub process, background process. This kind of terms they'll use it. But actually it is a part of task. You say in the interview, it looks very unique because all will say sub process, child process, background process. They'll say you say part of task. From today, when you attend any interview, define thread. Thread is a part of task. Then you'll ask, what is task? Task is a part of process. What is process? According to Java application, at the tag. According to Java application under execution is a process. Then he'll be impressed. Then he'll ask, can I explain bit clearly? Draw the diagram and show. Nobody will speak that. You speak it. That is a unique way. All will read sub process. If you read sub process, what happens? Morning onwards, he'll be attending 100 people or 200 people. He'll get bored also. All are saying that only. You must change the mood. You must drag him to your terminology and make it new to him. Then he'll be impressed. That's a technique you have to play. Right? If you say part of task, you're giving idea. Ask me a task. You're giving an idea, and mind goes to task. Then you'll say task is a part of process. He'll ask process. If you say process is a execution, general definition. According to Java, he'll be listening. What is trying differently? According to Java, application under execution is a process. Then he'll be impressed. What is this according to Java? Explain me, he says. Then take a paper and draw. This is login, log out, log it. Two users comes, you draw it. That looks different. That's because of this reason, underline and speak in the interview. No, sir, I want to hold terminology when I'm writing down. I will not change it, sir. I want to hold terminology, I'm writing down. Old is gold, no, sir. It's for gold only, not for this. Okay. Note. So, thread is a background and lightweight process. That is actual meaning. Background and lightweight process. Make it. Thread is a background and lightweight process. Background and lightweight process. Underline background. Underline lightweight. If we see in this diagram now, right? See this. Process has one name, that is user app. Task has one name, register. Thread has no name. Yes or no? Na? See the diagram. Sir, process name is user app. Task name is register. Thread name not there, no, sir. That's called background process. Known as what now? Background. For you, name not there. For you, name not there. Background process means you are not identified as a main execution component. You are a background process, which is not identified by its name. That's called thread. Lightweight. Why you are calling it as lightweight, sir? Now, student brought 10 papers to me. If I correct 10 papers, I'll take much time. If I correct one page, I'll take less time. I'm using less time to execute a thread. That's called lightweight. What is the meaning of it now? Lightweight means execution time is very less. It consumes less execution time. This lightweight term used by UI trainer also. Lightweight pages, lightweight website means consumes less execution time. Make it. Background means no separate identification. Background means no separate identification. No separate identification. We call it as a background. Lightweight. Lightweight. Lightweight means consumes less execution time. Consumes less execution time. Consumes less execution time. Right. Other name we call it as, all of you understood background and lightweight. You say, first you say part of task is known as thread. You say that. If he ask more, can you explain any other way? You say the remaining. Right? If he is impressed by there, he go for task and so on. Other name is thread is also known as child process. Process, sub-process, you can call it a child process. Child process. Or you can say sub-process, no problem. All of you understood thread? Now, define multi-threading. Define multi-threading process. Executing multiple threads simultaneously. Executing multiple threads simultaneously is known as multi-threading. Executing multiple threads simultaneously is known as multi-threading. Now let me show how to execute multiple threads simultaneously. That only thread creation, thread execution, thread behavior. That only we are going to do. It takes much time, complete session. Can I do that practical tomorrow? Right. All have understood terminology? Right. Thread. Right. Okay. Read the terminology. Bit careful. That the background process means no identification. Okay, right. Lightweight means less execution time. Multi-threading I'll show. This one I'll show practically. Executing multiple threads simultaneously I'll show practical. Here our chapter is how to create a thread, how to execute a thread, identifying the location of a thread, and knowing the behavior of a thread and the thread life cycle. These are major points. So tomorrow I'll show that. In the example only, all will come. Practical example creating thread. So tomorrow I'll give the complete session for thread creation. Take a break. Thank you very much for today.